Hello, everybody. I just can't. I thought I could do it without glasses, but I just can't see at all. It's crazy. Anyway, welcome to another, as you probably guessed from the title, a PSP Collection update. However, slightly different. This will be the final one for a very long time because due to financial constraints, I've been buying too many PSP games too quickly, and they're getting more expensive as well because I've kind of bought all the cheapest ones. So as we get into the more expensive ones, I'm kind of I need to budget myself a bit more, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to be doing quarterly PSP collection updates now rather than monthly. So the next one after today will be in March next year. So first up, we do have a decent chunk of games to go through, just not as many as I'd like, and a lot of them are sort of getting into double digits. These are probably the last cheap ones that I'll probably ever buy because, like Persona, for example, we're talking nearly £100. Anyway, for starters, we have a loose UMD in a broken UMD case. Can't get out, so I can show the people. It's a Green. I think it's a live album. Bullet in My Valentine, Bullet in the Bible, Bullet from that's My Chemical Romance. That book from My Valentine. Bullet in my Bible. I think it's a live album. I do really like Green Day, so I can't wait to watch this on my next long car journey, which is when I actually get through my UMDs as well. Like recently, I watched South Park, Bigger, Longer and Uncut on a coach to London to support Palestine. Mighty Boosh, I watch my UMDs on long journeys because otherwise I'm not really going to have much of a chance. We also have Blade Dancer. Now, I know this game by reputation alone. I don't actually know the game all that well. Interestingly, it just recently got added onto PlayStation Plus Premium, so I can play it on that, possibly with trophy support. I'm not sure, but I'm still most likely going to play this one because I just love putting the UMD in the system and hearing it like buzz round. It's just, I love it. You hear a lot of people on Reddit complain like, I'd rather play on my PSP Go or what do you call it? Bootleg my PSP. What's the word? Damn it! I'll probably remember halfway through this video. But they prefer to digitally download their games purely because they don't like the UMD noise. But for me, that is one of the most nostalgic parts of the PSP is the sound of the UMD. So I'm looking forward to playing this game. Brandish your blade and dance with the edge of destiny. Sounds metal. God, it's gonna bug me. When you want to thingy your PSP, it's gonna bug me. What is it called anyway? Because I will be doing it on one of my PSPs because I do have a PSP Go, so I'm looking at what if I get mugged. I'd much rather just have it downloaded onto a PSP Go. That sounds more fun. We've got Land Rover Off-Road. Don't know much about this game other than it's Land Rover. It's a brand game, probably just a licensed game, hence the price tag. I'm not expecting much from this game, but racing games on the PSP in general are usually pretty solid, so touch and go. Robots. This is a film, again, I actually did not watch this film. I actually avoided it like the plague because I'm a loyalist, like when I see another company attempting to copy the success of another, like when this first came out, regardless of how true my statement is how I felt at the time when it came out. But I felt like we were just trying to rip off Pixar, and I didn't watch it as a sort of boycott sort of thing. I probably didn't even know what a boycott was at the time when it came out. How old will I have been? When was this film released? 2005. I was about 15. I was pretty dim at 15. I'm pretty dim now, to be honest. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. One of the most amazing comedies ever made, and this film actually taught me something very important that I use in my general conversations to this day. When people said to me, "I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place," I never actually understood what they meant until I watched this film because it explained it to me in vivid detail, and it's probably one of the best parts of the film as well. Really, really cool.
Go! 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 Move! Go! Move! Go! 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 Oh. Move!
So another thing I'm doing when collecting for the PSP is I'm also trying to get my old, the original games I had when I had a PSP before I sold it and got rid of all my UMDs and regretted it. And this is one of those games, the Mega Drive Collection. So obviously, this is just one of the games I used to play all the time in college. And you know what? I've never actually completed, even though Sonic the Hedgehog was my first video game to memory. I'm not sure if it was actually my first game, just the first one I ever remember playing. It probably was the first one, to be honest. I never actually finished it, but look, so in this game we have Sonic the Hedgehog, Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4, Echo the Dolphin, Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, represent, Bonanza Bros, don't know that one, Kid Chameleon, Flicky, Flick, Gain Ground, Super Thunderblade, Sword of Vermilion, Vector 1 and 2, and many more. Plus, it says plus here, unlock exclusive arcade titles and explore a museum with tips, history, videos, interviews, and artwork. I'm reading out sarcastically. This stuff actually really excites me. Yeah, so the original Sonic the Hedgehog is this. Even though I had a Mega Drive or a Genesis, if you live in America. By the way, America is the United States of America is the only place in the world where we call it a Genesis. To the rest of the world, it's a Mega Drive. Remember that. The Mega Drive is a better name, and that's the name of a system. So shut up. Anyway, I probably played Sonic the Hedgehog more on this game, on the PS, you know what I mean, on this than the actual original Mega Drive. Yeah, it's great, and also the original Sonic game is the result of my first, my earliest video game nightmares, where the do 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 do, and reportedly in my sleep when I was a wee bairn, it said Sonic. Don't die, Sonic, Sonic, don't die. And, wake up in a hot sweat. Hostel. Right, we've got Quentin Tarantino's name on here. If you watch the film, I don't think he actually has anything to do with this film. I mean, it's a good film. It's a good film. It's very much a slow burner. If you want to watch a gory film, I don't recommend a Hostel unless you want to skip to the last 20 minutes or so, because nothing happens. It's just it feels like an origin film. I don't like origin films. I find origin films very boring. They're always done badly. People hate me for this, but the original Spider-Man film, it's very, like, you just want to see Spider-Man. You just want to see Spider-Man. I don't want to see bloody Peter Parker doing Peter Parker stuff. I want to see Spider-Man. So this film is very much, I want to see the gore, but it doesn't happen for like an hour and 10 minutes. So it's a bit disappointing. But it's not to say it's a bad film. It's just, if you're walking expecting gore, you're going to be disappointed. If you're walking expecting a decent, thrilling story, then you'll get it. But it's sold on the gore rather than the story, which leads to the disappointment. Anyway, so Ace Combat. So I've only ever played one Ace Combat game in my life. I don't even know. I can't remember what it was called. It was on PS1. That's all I know. To my knowledge, there's more than one Ace Combat on the PS1. So, and I remember playing multiplayer with it with my brother, and flying around, trying to shoot each other. But it was being incredibly difficult to shoot each other. There was probably a lock-on function. I don't know. We were very young at the time. So I'm looking forward to picking up the series again in my adulthood and give it another crack, but this time on the PSP. And lastly, you'll remember earlier this year, I think it might have been the second review on my channel for the PSP. This is a sequel to Sonic Rivals. Now, interestingly, so this has been sitting in Computer Exchange for months, because I've been looking for a version of Sonic Rivals 2 that isn't PSP Collection. But for whatever reason, I don't think it exists. I think this is the only version of Sonic Rivals 2 in the UK, which is a bit frustrating because I don't really like the colouring and stuff like that. It's a bit ugly, but then I am a completionist and I want to have a complete collection. So that's another thing that really annoys me. So it's I don't have one right here. So basically, I'm having to get all of the original games. Sticker ruining a picture there. Let me just try that again. All the original games, all the PSP Collection essential games, and then obviously all the platinum games. So that's 3 different versions. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a couple games with 3 different versions of the same game, where you got, you know, an original, a platinum, and an essential version of the same game. That is all I have to show you this month, and for that reason, you know, which is why it's going to be a quarterly update rather than a yearly one. I've got a lot of videos coming out this Christmas, all related around Pokemon. And subscribe. And yeah, with that, bye!